Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great Millstone taught me his truth, and blessing all you sincere labors out there pushing his truth, in all sincerity and faith and honesty. I'm that fellow servant, Kanaka, coming at you once again, GMS Temple, Way 12. Apostle servant, St. Petersburg, Florida. Yahawashi the Holy One, like Nick YAHAWASHI, for putting the spirit on me to do another lesson. Alright, this title of this live feed is World War III update. I believe I put in low gas prices and trade war, because this I just did a quick Google search, low gas prices, and just all types of articles popped up because the gas prices are low right now. Alright, and this is a quick article. Are lower gas prices the upside to Trump's trade war with China? Alright, so let's go into it. I'm going to read a little bit from this article, and I got a few more. It says, Syracuse, New York, President Trump's trade war with China is taking a toll on the stock market, but motorists may be benefiting in the form of lower gas prices. Alright, so, right now, it seems good. Like, you see gas, the lowest I seen gas is like $2.33. It's down here in Florida. I know further you go up north, the prices go up on things, but I'm pretty sure the prices have dropped for them too. Alright, it says the national average price of gasoline has fallen 2.6 cents a gallon in the last week to $2.70 a gallon on Monday. In the Syracuse area, gas price have fallen 2.8 cents a gallon to $2.70 during the same period. Alright, so it says there's a growing threat that gas prices may plunge this fall, perhaps 50 cents per gallon by Thanksgiving, as headwinds have killed off any demand growth and gasoline demand plummets after the summer, he said in a report Monday. Alright, so on Friday, Trump threatened to slap 10% tariffs. I'm skimming through this article because I got to make some few points here. September 1st on the remaining $300 billion in Chinese imports. He hasn't already taxed if he does not reach a trade deal with China. Alright. China responds Monday by letting its currency drop to an almost historic low against the dollar. The move will make Chinese goods even more attractive to American consumers. Alright, so pretty much they're involved in a trade war, but the real reason on why these prices are low is because this right here. Alright, oil prices could crash by $30 if China buys Iranian crude. Alright, and that's why the gas prices are low, because China is buying Iranian oil, man. Alright, it says let me read this real quick. Crude oil prices could sink by as much as $30 a barrel if China decides to buy Iranian oil crude in retaliation to the latest U.S. tariff measures, according to the Bank of America. Alright, so that's how, China just pretty much is going to combat this trade war and going to come out on top, because they're just going to buy Iranian oil. And, another thing that's not really promoted or really announced over here in America is China is the #1 economy, man. Alright, just over here in America, in American media, that's the news. America is the #1 economy, but really China is, man. Alright, and reason why this is going to bring in a lot of turmoil, because get to the point here, crude oil price could sink by as much as $30 a barrel if China decides to buy Iranian crude oil in retaliation to the latest U.S. tariff measures, according to the Bank of America. Now, if you brothers remember, I believe about 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, they allowed Iran to pretty much sell their oil. Alright, they allowed them to pretty much start putting their oil on the market, and you notice the oil dropped then because why? The supply and demand. Okay, Iran is a competitor. Okay, people can buy Iranian oil, so that's why the demand, it was a lot of oil out there. Okay, so which is why the gas prices had dropped when Iran was allowed to pretty much pump oil, and they start filling the market up with oil, with lots of oil. And then just recently, all right, Donald Trump put sanctions on them, and then eventually he allowed certain countries to have waivers to continue to buy Iranian oil. Then he pretty much cut those waivers, ended, and now, all right, those countries, if they buy any Iranian oil, they will be faced with sanctions as well. So the point that I'm getting to is this, all right, this point right here, which is going to lead to a third world war, because they have to do something. All right, this is Iran oil export slide. Shipments of Iranian oil fell by 550,000 barrels per day in June, from about 875,000 barrels per day in May, and about 2.5 million barrels per day in June 2018, according to the data from S&P Global Platts. Roughly half of Iran's exports were shipped to China, and that's the point right there. Roughly half of Iran's exports was shipped to China in June and July, according to the firm. Now, why is this going to cause war? Getting to the point, it says, but a Chinese decision to purchase Iranian oil in further defiance of U.S. sanctions could act as a double-edged sword. All right, so this is the point right here. This little piece. Down here says Iran will welcome any opportunity to increase its production, whether or not it breaches the terms of U.S. sanctions. So why, how, it acts as a two-edged sword, because why? When they do sell this oil is not going to, I'm going to show you how it's a double-edged sword, because when they do sell this oil, they're not going to sell it in U.S. dollars. That's the first part. And the second part is this. It says Iran would welcome any opportunity to increase its production, whether or not it breaches the terms of the U.S. sanctions. But the strategy there would introduce China to partner over which it doesn't have an enormous amount of control. Edward Bell, director of commodities research at Emirates MBD, told CNBC's Capital Connection. Now this is the key right here. Why it's going to go to war. It says, don't forget that there are other producers that will also be targeting that trade with China. Okay, because China is like the biggest customer. All right, one of the biggest customers. Okay, so it says, don't forget there are other producers that will also be targeting the trade with China. So for instance, you could see Iraq, Saudi Arabia, all right, step and try and discount the volumes that they would be exporting to China as a way to circumvent means to overcome. To circumvent Iran getting that extra market share. So it's all about the money. So what's happening right now, China is buying Iranian oil, all right, defying the U.S. sanctions, which is why, all right, the oil prices are dropping, because in order to compensate for that supply and the demand, now these companies in America have to sell their oil a lot less cheaper. Their barrels, it got to drop. That's why the barrels, the money for the barrels are dropping, because they have to sell their oil a lot less cheaper, okay, to make up for all the losses from China buying from Iran. And the point is, Saudi Arabia is sitting back watching this, okay. Saudi Arabia is like #1 ally when it comes to buying and selling with America, all right, as far as import and exports of oil. All right, so Saudi Arabia is sitting back watching this like, hey, you guys need to do something, all right, about Iran selling this oil to China, because if not, we just gonna step in, all right, step in and discount the volumes that will be exported to China. So what Saudi Arabia is saying, all right, in these other countries, like, yo, we can outbid, all right. So let's say Iran is selling, oil to China for $50 a barrel. We can just sell it to them for $20 a barrel if we wanted to, all right, because we're gonna step in and get that market share, okay. So this is why it's gonna cause war, because America will lose Saudi Arabia, okay. America will literally lose Saudi Arabia, all right, and Saudi Arabia will start selling their oil to China. But with the sanctions put on Iran, China was forced to pretty much buy from Saudi Arabia and these other countries. But China, you know, their retaliation to the tariffs, we'll just buy oil from Iran. Hence, therefore, right, you have all this commotion popping off. All right, gas prices dropping. Okay, that's why they're trying so hard to promote this war with Iran, because they need to knock them off pretty much. All right, because Iran is hurting them. So play this video quick video.
That's a car, and this is Drive Time, where you have a 99% chance of getting approved. It's easy. So grab your phone, go to drivetime.com.
As the U.S. continues to pile pressure on Iran, a Chinese firm has found itself caught in the crossfire. Washington has sanctioned state-run energy firm YAHAWASHI for buying Iranian crude. The sanctions block all of the Chinese company's assets in the United States and bar its chief executive from entering the country. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the Chinese company knowingly engaged in a significant transaction for the purchase or acquisition of crude oil from Iran. He warned anyone considering a similar move to take notice, saying that the sanctions underscore American commitment to enforcement and to holding the Iranian regime accountable. Washington's move has riled Beijing. China says it firmly opposes the unilateral sanctions by the United States, as well as long-arm jurisdiction on itself and other countries invoking its domestic law. Tehran's oil industry has suffered since the U.S. reimposed sanctions last November. Government data and trade sources indicate that Asia's crude imports from Iran fell in May to the lowest in at least 5 years, after China and India wound down purchases, while Japan and South Korea halted imports entirely.
So you still got these countries wanting to buy Iranian oil, man. All right, so pretty much they have to go to war with Iran, man. They have to. All right, because this is doing nothing but really stirring shit up. All right, defying another article here. Defying U.S. sanctions, China and others take oil from 12 Iranian tankers. China and others. So it says China and other countries are receiving oil shipments from a larger number of Iranian tankers. And this is posted August 3rd, man. Come on. Alright, this is what, two days ago. And it was previously known, defying sanctions imposed by the United States to choke off Tehran's main source of income. An investigation by New York Times has found it. Now check this out. This is like a little visual here to show you. Alright, that's why I can, you know, screen right real quick. That's why they want Iran. Okay. This is why they want Iran. Alright. Look at all this. Look at all this shipment coming through here, the Strait of Hormuz. Alright. Look at all that coming through there. This area right here. This is the area they want, man. Look at all that work coming through there. All that work coming through there, man. That's why they want Iran so bad, man. Okay, that's why this is a big deal. Okay. Let me replay that real quick. And it shows you going up there to China, selling the oil. Alright. Alright, that's why they want that strait, man. If America can get control of this strait over here, oh my God. Yeah, they'll be invincible. Alright. They can get control over this area right here, which is why they want Iran so freaking bad. Iran is like driving like them crazy. They would have control over the Middle East if they was to invade Iran. You know, which is why the Heavenly Father is not going to allow that to happen, because when they go into Iran, all right, you're going to have China, you're going to have Russia up there. All right, that's not going to allow that to happen. Hell, even India is buying, purchasing from Iran, you know. And now Iran and India, you know who those are. All right, so It's just not going to happen. All right, it's going to be all-out war. But they have no choice, pretty much, but to go into war with Iran. They have no choice. All right, because look at the position Iran is in. All right, it says at least 12 Iranian tankers have loaded and have delivered oil across Asia and the Mediterranean since May 2nd. Countries that take the oil risk economic penalties from the United States, and them countries not worried about that. At least 6 of those ships unloaded their cargo at ports in China. Look at that. All right. So what port this is going to? Tianjin and Zhao. I don't speak Chinese, but look at these ports. All right. So China is still purchasing oil from Iran, man. Hence, which is why these oil prices are so low. All right. Other ships have sailed to the Mediterranean through the Suez Canal. That oil may have gone to Syria or Turkey, analysts say. Look at that. Syria and Turkey, man. Iran is selling oil to Syria, Turkey, China. All right. So the point is, you see all this happening. All right, selling to Iran, and from the other article to cross-reference this, this is the point why they have to go to war, why they have to stop Iran. This part right here. It says, read it again. It says, it's lock here. It says, don't forget that there are producers that would also be targeting that trade with China. Alright, other producers. So for instance, you could see Iraq and Saudi Arabia is the main people right here. You know how close ties Saudi Arabia has with Saudi Arabia and America has with oil, man. Alright, so Saudi Arabia step in and try and discount. Alright, so that's what it is. Discount the volumes. It's lucky. Discount the volumes that they would be exporting to China as a way to circumvent Iran getting that extra market share he added. Alright. Crude oil prices slumped further on Monday as traders focused on deteriorating demand outlook. So, deteriorating demand. Okay. So, I think that's pretty much it on that. Alright, so that's pretty much what's going on, and that's China's way of pretty much retaliating. So I'm going to get this precept and I'll branch off here. This is Habakkuk 2 verse 3. For the vision is set for a appointed time, but the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Alright, so and of course, before this war takes place, the RFID chip has to be implemented. Alright, but the further, you pretty much see this war is getting out of hand, financially, and this financial system is breaking down. You can know that, the mark of the beast is very close, alright, to being implemented. Alright, something's got to happen. Alright, and maybe it's a false flag, which I believe is going to be the catalyst or the go ahead to go to war with Iran. False flag take place, blame it on Iran. Alright. Why you think Iran is they got Iran in the media saying, oh, they burning down tankers and this and that. They gotta keep planting that seed. So when they finally do go to war with Iran, they'll be justified in doing so. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but he that is just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires as hell, and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Alright, and that's so-called white man, mainly these Americans. It says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Alright, that which is not his. How long? and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay represents debt. So they're trying to increase that which is not theirs, and they want this crucial area right here. Once again, they want this area right here, all this traffic flowing through here. They want to control that, and Iran is the key to doing so. Okay, it's like the perfect scenario. Right here it is. Iran's selling to China, Turkey, Syria. Alright, and then the Saudis, over there, being butthurt. They want America to do something about this, because they're losing money. Alright, they're losing a lot of money. China is a big purchaser, and Iran is selling to them still. Alright, so with that, Lord willing, you edified. I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWASHI. Double honor to all the apostles of great Millstone who taught me this truth. And blessings all you sincere laborers out there pushing this truth in all sincerity and faith and honesty. Shalom.